attention to the last three people you mentioned anyway.
Yeah, well, maybe not, except
Kerry
we are.
And, those folks. And
but the president's been doing the job of being president, which is to speak to the American people on big issues that they care about, and that's why he's working his politics. And I think unless we have and the other thing going on, the news media, which I have to say sucks lately in covering the Iraq war. It's like we're at war. We've killed 50,000 people over there in that war. They've died in that war. We still get guys knocked off every couple of days. A couple more guys are killed, and yet it's not on the tube. It's like, are we bored with the war now? Is that the new thing? We don't cover a war. Our guys are fighting. And I watch the news. I don't see the war anymore. It's been taken off television, and Bush must love it, because certainly Karl Rove loves the fact that the Iraq war has gotten boring for the American people.
It probably had something to do with the tainted spinach, if you're thinking about it. So.
Well, it's just not. How can we be at war and not watch it? I don't
know. No, it's a good question. Did you read Frank Rich's book?
I got into it. It's a very good timeline. It's a good sort of, memory of what's going on. I like a couple of these new books. I love this Hubris book by Isikoff and Korn, and I love this new book, The Emerald City. First time I've ever understood what the Green Zone was like, and this guy Chandra Sakarian's written about it, and it's great. Great books, great book writing coming out of Iraq. Not much TV coverage.
Probably make you uncomfortable to read Frank Rich's book, The Greatest Story Ever Sold, because it's Frank's essential thesis that they sold us this bill of goods, the administration did, Bush, Cheney, Rumsfeld, all of them, about the Iraq War, and you and the rest of the media went along with them, or like enablers with an alcoholic.
No, Don, you can check everything. Get your Nexus Lexus out, get your Google out, get every column I've written from the day they started talking about Iraq has been against it. Now you're chuckling because you know damn well you pulled my chain here. I have been a voice out there against this bullshit war from the beginning.
Okay, well, accept you then.
Okay, that's nicer.
I don't know if we had that. Did we have to edit that for the radio, Lou?
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, okay.
You think so?
I have never used it till now.
Oh, my God.
Because it was never more apropos. But you're right.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is that the president's winning right now with a hand with nothing in it. They were wrong about the WMD, wrong about the connection to the 9/11, wrong about but Cheney's admitted he didn't even know there was going to be a war when we went in there. He was totally wrong, and yet he talks like God on television, and we're supposed to believe every word.
Yeah, but Frank, on a more serious note, without jerking your chain, Frank does have a good point that Bob Woodward's of the world and a bunch of other folks, really for whatever reason, because they were intimidated by 9/11 or whatever, didn't ask all the questions they should have asked, and nor did anybody in Congress, by the way.
And that list starts at the top of the best journalists. The best journalists.
Yeah.
I mean, Friedman and all those guys, every one of them. I don't know whether it's loyalty, patriotism, or fear of authority, or 9/11, but this war we went into, the Congress signed up for it without knowing anything about it, and the media treated it like, we're going to be embedded. We're going to cover this war really good. We're just not going to cover why we're fighting it. Well, that was the first question the media should have investigated as media, not how fun it's going to be to cover it, but why are we fighting the damn thing?
I don't know if I'd include...
We still don't know the answer.
I don't know if I'd include Friedman and all that. I mean, he was...
Well, he went for it. I have a bottom line about these guys. I don't care how sophisticated, how much smarter they are than me. In the end, you got to have instinct. And if you don't have instinct about what's going on in the world and why people do what they do, you really can't lead people to understand things. You can have all the facts in the world. If you don't get it, that these guys didn't give a damn about WMD, it was nothing more than a sales piece, is what it was, and they admitted that. It's what would sell. Colin Powell admitted that. Give these people what they're. Tell them there's going to be a mushroom cloud. Tell them if we don't go in, the world's going to blow up. Whatever they want to hear, tell them that. That'll get us in.
Yeah, but I think it's not my job to defend Tom Friedman. However, I would point out that he did offer a couple of possibilities. One, that it would work out as essentially as Dick Cheney and the rest of them said, or that it would be what it is, an absolute abject mess, So.
Well, instinct is what you want from a leader, and vision, and you want them to be able to see ahead of the problem. Because anybody can deal with the facts. These guys ignored the facts. They wanted to go. And I think if you didn't understand it about Cheney and Bush and the people around them, that they wanted to go to Iraq from day one, you really missed, I think, the big story here.
I'm talking with Chris Matthews, who we irritated enough to actually get him to swear.
Get a nerve.
Yeah, which is great, because we had to edit it on the radio. Man, you used to be able to say that on the radio, and they're hysterical now, but cable TV doesn't make any difference, Last night...
I don't know what's in and what's out. I referred the other night to Khrushchev, and I said after watching Chavez, I missed that old son of a bitch Khrushchev pounding his shoe on the table.
No, you said bastard. Missed that old bastard.
That's
as I was
right,
watching.
that old bastard.
Yeah, we were watching you. Son of a bitch is fine, no? Last night on Hardball, you had the guy running against George Allen. What's his name?
Jim Webb.
Yeah, I know he's a bright guy. It just seems. But anyway, what's the latest?
You know, I get the feeling that you throw him a gopher pitch and he doesn't swing for it. I don't get why he doesn't exploit all this confusion about all this stuff about George Allen having the mother from Tunisia and Macaca and all that stuff. All that stuff's coming out. I guess it's something he figures he can stand back from. He was very careful to say, I did not ask to come on the show to talk about George Allen's ancestry. He didn't even want to look like he was enjoying it. So I'm not sure he has the instinct for the juggler.
Well,
but he can win. He can win now.